Engineering.
Question number 6, the Honourable Paul Goldsmith.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Transport. Does he think that the purpose of transport policy is to make it easier for New Zealanders to get around quickly, efficiently and safely?
The Honourable Phil Twyford.
Under the government policy statement released in June, the purpose of transport policy is to give New Zealanders access to the things they need, like work, education and community, a safer transport system free of death and serious injury, reduced carbon emissions and value for money, and I agree with that.
So if there are a range of purposes, where does making it easier for New Zealanders to get around quickly and efficiently rank in his list of priorities?
Well, if the member wants to think about it this way, it's really a subset of access. It's about giving New Zealanders access to the things that they need, and that often involves allowing people to move around quickly and efficiently.
Does he have a view on Auckland Transport's proposal to reduce speeds across the entire CBD area inside the motorway network to 30 kilometres an hour?
Well, it's not my role as Minister of Transport to comment on how local councils set local speed limits, but I can say that there are good reasons why one might want to set different speed limits in different places to save lives and support good urban design. While in the 1950s cities were built primarily for cars, the world has changed, and now pedestrianisation, shared spaces and more walking and cycling are making our cities much more attractive and livable places. Adjusting speed limits to make streets safer for pedestrians, cyclists and scooter riders is an important part of this change.
So is he in favour of a 30 kilometre an hour speed limit on Nelson Street and Hobson Street?
It's not my position, it's not my place to take a position on that, but I want to quote Shane Ellison, the Chief Executive of Auckland Transport, who said very recently that setting safe speeds is one of the quickest and most effective tools we have in reducing road trauma. The public will now have their say on our safe speed proposals early next year, and for Auckland Transport to continue its work to make our streets safer for everyone. If the member is concerned about this issue, I urge him to make a submission to Auckland Council's process on this.
Very much. Supplementary. Has he had any discussions with any ministers about the threatened strike action at Air New Zealand that will make it more difficult for New Zealanders to get around the country before Christmas?
Could the member repeat the question? Any discussions with whom? With any?
With any ministers?
No.
Question number 7, the Honourable Scott Simpson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for